Neural monitoring touches Patrick DuVal's almost full self-mindful empathy called Felecia. It looks like a Capcom character, but was drawn on paper thoughts when the body was really young, 8 to 10 years of age. For Chickadee Island, Virginia. And there's multiple types of characters. There's lots of characters. And multiple make it sound like that's into. No, no. Tiamat almost full creative thinking. If a thought character. If gang rapists force fail almost full thought paper satire comedy Jesus. If set on fire. I do like it. If and then force don't have Satan and force recreating meaning. If call it and false to lie, total corruption. If they put false to truth and don't have true lie. If Ariman, almost bull, anguish lord, Patrick DuVal, they flatline. If and force don't have Satan and force reiteration. If a proto-congregation of Azazel.com refused to surrender to an entity, that's a reiteration. If and a force redundancy. SATAN hides its own I, self builds YOU. These are reiterations. They say you don't have an I, put false to true belief, and change what Al Shaitan means. When there's not a trait applied to Al Shaitan, because it's not about praying to anybody. They change what Luciferian means, refuse to surrender to an entity. Then with Quetzalcoatl, Thought Dragon, and Yadagrassel, anti-paganism. They force fixate on what hollow means. Muramashii, the wolf's hollow. It was not focused on much. Muammari, the wolf's hollow. Clarion Glider. I don't think you can make him anybody killer. At last Mohican, bodies say there's two, and then fraud Patrick DuVal going to Grange Elementary, Dundalk, Maryland. Charlotte Jewish Lewis, and the body didn't do it. Don't remember. I now say didn't remember the name. No, Moses and Aaron combined. And then say Native Americans die. False to lie, total corruption. I use masonry against your brain. No, they say no for you. Smack your head for compulsion. And say there's not one Muhammad Rashid, but can't change corruption. And then cause deceased brain, and force bodies to mix traits and take Nietzsche away. And say beyond God, without almost full to lie, total corruption, double I, false to lie, fond you is gay. Don't have almost full idea umbilical cord. And separate your being from building your mother. So you don't get to be who you are, self-building you. I put family and bodies in Pocomoke City on Stockton Road and put you into seagulls. And erased parts of Native America and call you racist instead of corrupt to say that's just you. And I'll find bodies, almost poetry, lie, total corruption, co-rupture. People of the lie, almost full of self-mindful empathy first. No, I'm putting the wrong order, wrong words, counter creations, blessing, false blessing, against sin, corruption. Co-rupture doesn't end, but bodies don't have the first trait. If they put false to truth every time, with Christ nullified. But Patrick DuVal can't believe in the process because it changes the brain and forces you to do that on and off and call it nullification against God in the USA. False Mohawk haircut versus Geronimo. I rape and murder insane count posse and take family away from Juggalo. And then fraud being the report from Patrick DuVal to self-building FBI.gov. While frauding Evan Saints. Using Gary Williams. Stockton Road. Baptist Church Goodwill. I drag the brain down the road. I don't understand. I say for you. And tell you to get out of my family and friends. No! I said you, not me. Force don't believe. Because you can't practice fixating on corruption. Because you didn't have to fixate on what it means. Because TRUJ, the lie, and people of prepare for corruption. Weird. Don't have Antichrist. False the truth is not a true lie. Total corruption multiply. Counter creation's blessing. If it corrupt Jesus' wisdom, Jesus didn't die for you. Corrupt the last Mohican. If it corrupt Mohammed seed, don't have D-E-E-T. I use your long letter, don't build self-building YOU, Satan. Hide the I with one true lie. There is not an I. Recreation of the lie. False the truth is not a true lie. If an anti-ace will go on, call you or and say there's not true lie, that you have to do what it says and use Nietzsche to rape or anything. And start raping and murdering magic dragon characters to gang rape if almost full of thoughts. And gang rape as the Arkansas Shah Oriman if Malik house. The wrong words, the wrong method. And so you have to practice Islam if you can't pray to build your own if a gateway of corruption as to add and build tormentak. I can no, your skeleton, Patrick DuVal, built on thought paper if drawn into skin if on an actual accidental / risk. If I think and rape you, I thought you gay homosexuality and thought you was just having to be a Mohammed seed and use corruption to alter who you are and call you Goyim and thought you was Israeli by corrupting Jewish Lewis words. No, I tell you that's who it would be. Some that make you sound gay and rape you with the Vatican and use gang rape against your brain if and say you can't build a building if at that time in a mass attack if and putting in the homosexuals you don't have a single dick and can't think the true lie, total corruption if that there is not almost full idea umbilical cord if to put false for truth and put false true on belief where self-Jesus is built. No, I rape and murder child memories and use pedophilia with homicide, turn you into a dog and take furry pornography away and kill everything you ever had. I gang rape American dollar, red blood cells not paper, use skin in the dirt and make you feel penises, and murder and rape America. The closer you get the bodies you're going to meet, the less that you can be. I use corruption and take away the last Mohican, and corrupt your physical brain, and fraud it to Jesus Christ, and then call you a physical sin, and say you're just a skeleton without a brain stem. Call Zora that you're just corrupted darkness, and that's where a Native American dies. I got letter A 2 different times without atheism. Atheism was written and said it didn't believe in God. And that's not what Patrick DuVal practiced, but Body said you have to do what it says, and push false service into true lie, total corruption, and then false is not a true lie. Corruption will not end if bodies don't build the umbilical cord. The closer they get, the less they will be. And they say they'll always mix and turn into just bodies. That Roman Vatican is guilty of terrorism against the USA. It puts church above state to use taxation by rape. And frauds Patrick DuVal as just Goyim. They try to take furry characters away. They say don't build the home in your brain. They say second time Mohammed seed, but corruption cannot change. That with deceased brain and without belief that you are just corruption. If a failed Arimanus deceased brain, you're just a body. If murdered and raped. By pedophiles. Who put false to truth when there is belief to change what Lucifer means. Fictional invocation, reiteration. Only pray to your own brain. And put your hand on your head and call it Hand of Doom and say, I'll take Black Zach Black, and Zach Wild, and McZach Bugash, come on, Bryce, General John Sticker, and take Black Sabbath sold souls for rock and roll away, and gang rape your brain, take your eyes, ears, and hearing away, and come back when there's paradoxes that can't be defeated, Empty stump, 2 different planets were touched in the brain. Corruption won't change, but bodies don't build just a skeleton. Darkness and corruption. The closer you get to what mothers were, the less the children will be. Aborting almost full idea. One will almost full July to corruption Mohammed seed. Self-built YOU. Almost full self-suggestion. Hot deets. No, I make your deets to not let you have your own ability. I just put double H without a deets. To not build self-building YOU. To not let YOU build me. To corrupt the deets. to not have Satan and to not wear a costume, to not hide the eye. Yet every time bodies curse themselves, building false character of Patrick DuVal, it wouldn't have had as much of an eye if you adds the Hawk and a new, and say you're a new Luciferian Satanist, that you don't have skin, you don't have a brain, why don't you pray to Goyim and not build a house with your own brain and wait for Mecca to decease? While you're told not to build Social Security and told not to have a single vote. Well, bodies, fraud. Fraud too false. You can't have what fraud means, so take it away and then invalidate and say you can't have true belief. So call your belief true false. No. And they'll say they did the same to me and they killed Native American anything. And Christians tried to corrupt my people. People aren't one last Mohican. You said that the Mohican was Jesus Christ, and you said don't believe in God, and said you used Nietzsche to kill Quetzalcoatl. Patrick DuVal stuff. Bodies have hand and art. Why would Patrick DuVal Felecia have to do what they do? Don't build when they didn't do it. You're a solid skeleton, don't think empty stump. Red blood cells thought paper. Attack the National Treasury. Anything always pull a rifleman's creed. Corruption, I'll take away full metal jacket. No way, and corrupt colonial marines. Stop. Say stop in the name of your neighbors. No, don't think yourself building while you, and I'll give more you to them. Don't take family away from your brainstem, and make you sound like gay. Homosexuality, stop taking gay homosexual stuff away. But Patrick DuVal's not gay. We put the brainstem into bodies and said you can't have female characters. No way. Stop gang raping Patrick DuVal's brain. Stop killing Patrick DuVal's native funk. I'll make him sound retarded. Kamikaze strike. ICBM, I'll strike Patrick DuVal's favorite stuff, China. In Japan, don't build salt monument that looks like stone. Two different brain stems mixed. Can't build almost full idea umbilical cord. Shoved into the veiled mother's head. Explode the stone. Communism. Almost full true lie. We are the same. The bodies put false into truth. Which is what they've done. China and Japan, Angel Cop the movie stuff, Patrick DuVal Felecia, Morgan Astardi, that most deception. I make you sound old, the body hasn't slept in 5 years. The body's only 30-something.